name is Carmel Gilbert, writer, editor, and self-publisher of the book The Hells of Addiction. The Hells of Addiction is an autobiography of my life story while being addicted to alcohol for over 30 years. And today I'm going to give my first story time of some of the things that I have written in the book, The Hells of Addiction. In 1970, we lived on North Avenue. At that time, my mother was a drug dealer. We was like the Huxtables, you know, and but pretty much, well, let me rephrase that. Our house was like the Huxtables. We really didn't wear nice clothes, this and that. Clothes wasn't a big thing to us back then. We didn't know anything about style or anything like that. We was just grateful, to have somewhere to go. Our mother, she was something else. I mean, she sold marijuana. Well, the only thing I ever seen her sell was marijuana. I never, saw her, selling anything harsh. Plus, we was always in the house. And the only reason why I ever saw the marijuana because it was big piles of it on our table. Um, we had a very nice Christmas. I can only really think about, one, but we had a pretty nice Christmas. Easter was okay. Um, One thing about North Avenue that was most memorable in my mind was my bully. I went to Matthew A. Henson Elementary School, and it was this girl in my class named Desiree, and it was her friend name was Audrey, and they would just, oh God, they tormented me. They ran me home, me and my sisters. Me and my little sister and a couple of my brothers ran us home one day. I was absolutely terrified. Um, like back in the 70s, in our neighborhood, it really wasn't no such thing as child abuse. Believe me, your mother will kick your ass. I'm not even lying. Excuse my language. But it wasn't no talking back, sucking teeth, stomping feet. When my mother told us to do something, we did it. And that was pretty much throughout the whole entire neighborhood. We respected our elders. We had great manners. And another thing, you know how like kids today, they would like constantly eat out subs and this and that. Well, for us, subs was going out to eat was a luxury. It was something that rarely happened, and we was very happy to get some french fries and hamburgers and things like that. We went to the movies a couple times. It was called the Met. That was on North Avenue. We used to go there sometimes to the movies. But anyway, my mother really didn't pay much attention to us. I mean, she didn't talk to us. We didn't talk to her. I mean, she didn't teach us nothing about life, nothing about boys, nothing about minstrel, nothing about nothing. I mean, it was like we was just there. So when I would get bullied at school and everything, right, I didn't tell my mother for a long time because I knew nothing was going to happen. So I would just take the punches, take the disrespect, the insults, and this and that. And one day I said, you know what? I'm going to bring some candy to school to see if they would leave me alone. Back in those days, like a long pack of now laters was like 10 cents. You could buy penny candy, Mary Jane's, things of that nature, penny candy. I don't know if you guys is down with the penny candy or not, but it was penny candy back then. And I had bought maybe like 50 cents worth of candy to school, and I gave it to Desiree, and I gave some to Desiree and some to Audrey. Well, they left me alone for a little while, and to one day we had recess. And we out there, they wanted to play football, no, basket, was it? No, baseball. They wanted to play baseball. Now, mind you, in our house, back in the 70s, it was only one TV downstairs. And if we was lucky to watch TV, we sat our butt down and we was quiet as church mouses because we didn't want to be sent upstairs. We rarely watched TV in our house. The only TV that was downstairs. We rarely had, could watch TV. I didn't know nothing about Soul Train too much. We didn't watch Soul Train. We didn't watch really, I don't remember watching nothing on North Avenue. And I guess I was probably about like 7 to 8. So when we was out there playing, well, when they was out there playing baseball and stuff, I was scared to play because I didn't know how, and I didn't want to get beat up for messing up the game. So my teacher made me get in there and play and everything, and they hit the ball, and I caught the ball, but when I caught it, I didn't know what to do with it. So I'm just standing there looking stupid. And the guy that was on first base or third base or whatever, he doing like this, throw the ball, throw the ball. So I threw the ball, he dropped the ball, and everybody act like they wanted to beat my tail. You know what I mean? At the end of the school day, Audrey and Desiree beat me up, this and that. I went home crying, went to my room, didn't tell my mother, didn't tell a living soul, So a couple days later, I had seen Desiree in the corner store. She didn't say nothing to me. I didn't say nothing to her. And I was I think like 5 cents short of buying whatever I was buying. And this old man gave me 5 cents, to pay for my stuff. Well, the next day, Desiree goes to school and tell people that I'm sleeping with an old man. I could not believe that. I could not believe, I just couldn't believe she took something so innocent and made it dirty. She's called me a whore. I heard her whispering to Audrey, yeah, Carmel sleeping with an old man. We gonna beat her ass after school for being a whore. I didn't even know what whore was. We couldn't cuss in our house. We couldn't cuss outside our house. We couldn't cuss at all. Right? So I was shocked that she actually said that word. Well, I didn't know what it was, but I knew it wasn't a good thing. You know what I'm saying? So the next thing I know, it's time. It's bathroom time. Back then, we had a special time to go to the bathroom. It was called the laboratory back then. It was time to go to the laboratory right before going to lunch. So I'm scared to death because they was pinching me all day, this and that in class and all that. And I'm scared. I felt like I just wanted to die. I swear I was that tormented and that scared. I ain't never been that scared in my life. I was so scared. So we get in the bathroom and everything, and Audrey jumps in my face and say, bitch, you was sleeping with that old man. And I'm looking at her like, what? I was like, I didn't sleep with no old man. I didn't sleep with no old man. I'm scared. I felt like I was pleading for my life, for real. So then what got me really upset is when her spit touched my face. When her spit touched my face, I completely lost it. I didn't care if they killed me, shot me, stomped me, or whatever. But I was just so tired of being bullied. And the next thing I know, I was banging her all in the face, got her down on the floor and stuff. Now, mind you, while I'm doing this, I'm terrified because I'm thinking if I let her go, she gonna kill me. So I dragged her by the toilet. And something just said, put her face in there. So I had her face down on the toilet, and she was trying to move her head up and everything. And I'm holding it down so she can't get up to beat me up. I didn't realize that I could have had killed her. And how about this? Her girlfriend, Desiree, was sitting right there, wasn't doing nothing. You know what, y'all? I could have took on Andre the Giant that day. I was so tired of being bullied. I didn't give a damn. I would have just beat up anybody that day. I was just done. So after that, the teacher ran in and everything, pulled me off for Audrey and everything, made us apologize. But I could tell that the teacher was happy for me because I was bullied for so long. You know what I mean? Y'all, I was scared. Made us apologize and everything, went to lunch, and that, I was the talk of the cafeteria. I could not believe that people were saying nice things about me. So went home and everything. Didn't tell my mother nothing. Didn't tell my mother because I didn't tell my mother because I knew that she was going to go ahead and beat Desiree mother up, because she did go to Desiree house one day because we was at I was home. I had came home from school. They beat me up again, and I was looking sad. I guess looked like I was about to cry. My mother was like, "What the fuck wrong with you?" And I said, "My Desiree, don't keep beating me up." So my mother went to Desiree. Her name was Desiree Qualls. Desiree, my mother went to Desiree house and everything, and I never forget how her mother looked. Her mother was real skinny with cat eye glasses. And my mother said, "Well, this is Carmel. I'm Carmel mother, and I'm here because your daughter keep on, messing with my daughter in school." So she called Desiree downstairs. Of course, Desiree denied every damn thing. And my mother said, "You know what? If your daughter hit my daughter again, bitch, I'm gonna come back and whip your motherfucking ass." And the first thing in my mind, I'm thinking, "Oh God, Desiree and them gonna beat me up because my mother called her a whore. I mean, a bitch." So, that's what happened after that. I seen her in the store and everything. And, um, she went and told people that I was sleeping with an old man. But anyway, in the cafeteria, whatever, I was the talk of the cafeteria. And went home that day, y'all. I mean, I felt like I won an award. I was so happy. I was so happy that I could walk without looking back and being scared. Let me tell you, it's nothing in this world like being scared. It's no feeling like that. I mean, I was bullied so much. Plus, I was getting beat at home. Least little thing you get your butt wet. You know what I'm saying? So I just couldn't handle I couldn't handle it no more. I mean, if I would have died, I wouldn't even have cared because I was just tired of it. I was just tired of being abused. So went home and everything was fine and stuff. And then my mother, shortly after that, our house got raided. And my mother's boyfriend went to jail, and my mother left us in the house for like over a year. That's when um, I realized that something was wrong. I didn't know what it was, but I knew something was wrong. Come to find out, she was getting high off of crack cocaine. So after a year, we stayed in that house, 1909 North Avenue, Baltimore, Maryland. We stayed in that house a whole year with no lights. It got to the point where we didn't even have running water. We was dirty. I mean, we was kids. We didn't know what to do. And believe me, the neighbors ain't give a damn. I mean, nobody cared. So finally, after a year, our mother, we moved on. Riggs Avenue. That's where I got my first kiss, where I had sex for the first time, where I stopped going to school in the 7th grade. I just didn't care. I mean, my, how, I don't know if you guys ever felt numb before, but that's how I felt numb. I just did not give a flying damn. I just did not care about life. I didn't care about me. I felt like that because I didn't know how to care. I grew up in a house where as though nobody gave a damn. I mean, it was just like you was just there. You know, um, you was fed, and that was it. When we lived on North Avenue, when we moved to Riggs, it was a totally different story. My mother just ain't give a fuck. Oh, excuse me, my mother just didn't care. And make a long story short, I met a girl named Tracy. Her name was Tracy Williams. Tracy was kind of boyish looking. She was like uh gay, pretty much. But back in the 70s, honey, you couldn't tell nobody that. You couldn't tell nobody that you was gay or you liked the same sex and all that. That was just like a no. I mean, it was like you was like condemned to hell. And everybody, if anybody knew, they was going to send you there in a handbasket straight to hell, because to them back then, being gay was like you was just like Satan's child. But one day Tracy confided in me and told me that she was you know uh gay and everything, and I didn't care, you know. So maybe I was a little gay too. I mean, I don't know. So, make a long story short, me and Tracy, we became real close. She had came up the stairs one day when we lived on Riggs Avenue, and she was with my sister Darnell. And Darnell, I don't know why Darnell actually came upstairs, but I know Tracy was with her, and Tracy was like, "Your brother, I think your brother is sick." I said, "Girl, that ain't my damn brother. That's my sister." I mean, don't we, like I said, our mother was on drugs, so we looked terrible. Our hair was nappy. I mean, just bad. We looked like our fucking mother got high. So Tracy thought that Darnell was a boy. I laughed and everything. We played it off and all that. So I'm smoking a cigarette. Mind you, I'm 12 years old. I'm smoking a cigarette. So she was like, "Your mother know you smoke?" I was like, "Probably, you know, she don't care, you know what I mean?" So me and Tracy started talking this and that about school. We went to, at this time, I was going to Calverton. So I was in Lafayette, she was in Whitmore. Make a long story short, Tracy wound up smoking cigarettes and drinking tea. I didn't force her to do it. I offered it to her, and she decided to, you know, try herself. I didn't know that that stuff was addictive. I didn't know. I started off drinking beer, and you know, it was another beer and another beer. The old cliche is one. What is it? One is too many. One is too many, and 1,000 is never enough. Something to that effect. Pardon me if it's wrong. Don't quote me on it. But anyway, we was drinking one day under the bridge. We had hook school and everything, and we was hungry. So I was like, "Tracy, let's go to school, you know, just to get something to eat." So we went to school and everything. I wound up getting suspended, this and that, whatever. Tracy didn't get suspended because her mother would have beat the black off of her. It was 8 days before my mother found out that I was suspended from school. She was gone that long, 8 straight days. And she took me back to school and this and that. I didn't care. I hated school. I hated school because I didn't wear nice clothes. Uniforms. Whoever came up with uniforms for Baltimore City public schools was a genius. I wish somebody would have did that back in my time when I was going to school, because I got teased all the time because I never wore new clothes. Like, remember y'all, Jordache was out, Sassoon, Calvin Klein, the Moon Jacket, all that. I never had um the luxury of wearing new clothes. We always, even when my mother was selling drugs, she would get our clothes from the Goodwill, you know. But anyway, or we wore hand-me-downs from the Goodwill. So yeah, it was just like very difficult going to school. You know, our clothes wasn't clean. We didn't have a washing machine. Like y'all know the drill when your parents are on drugs. If you have a mother that's not on drugs, that love you and talk to you and tell you that she loved you, believe me, you need to be grateful. You need to be getting on your knees thanking God that you got a mother like that, because everybody don't have a mother like that. I mean, really, I mean, I didn't know nothing about life or nothing. My mother didn't teach us nothing. So, like I said, we went to school and everything, got suspended and all. I got suspended and all that. And make a long story short, one day I'm sitting on the step, and this boy come up to me and he said, "This your brother?" I said, "Yeah." He said, I said, "Yeah, that's my brother Dave." And he was like, he was flipping on a mattress and hurt himself. I was like, "Dave, you alright?" Dave was like, "Yeah, I'm alright." So my sister, she'll call him Monkey Man, because Dave was like a short, that's what he looked like, a little short monkey. But he was cocky and didn't take no, for real. But anyway, um, Dave was like, "Yeah, I'm alright." So when Dave limped in the house and everything, the boy, his name was Johnny, and he said, "What's your name?" I was like, "Carmel." He was like, "You want to come around my house and watch TV or play cards one day?" I was like, "Yeah, I'm happy as I don't know what." And he was like, "All right, I'll let you know." It took him, seemed like forever, to come around that house and get me. During that time, waiting for Johnny to come, get me to go around his house or whatever, me and Tracy one night had went to a club called The Bond. I can't remember what street it was on, but it was called The Bond. And we didn't have any money to get in. And Tracy said, "Carl, be ready at 9 o'clock." So I'm like, all right. So sure enough, I was ready at 9 o'clock. Yeah, I put on my best gear and I was ready. At this point, I know how to straighten and curl hair and all that type of stuff. I was looking pretty nice. So she coming around there and stuff. She was like, "You ready?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm ready." Girl, we goes to the barn and stuff. And we had a good time. I mean, this boy asked me to slow dance, my first slow dance. He was an older boy and everything. And he went to kiss me. And I think Tracy liked me a little bit. And she was kind of jealous, you know. And she interrupted my first kiss and everything. I'm mad. We go out. Make a long story short, when the club was over and stuff, I hear Tracy outside. She arguing with like 10 monster looking girls. And I'm like, what the fuck is she doing? We can't beat all these girls and everything. So we ran. I'm running, and Tracy was probably about 4 feet 2 at that time, and I'm about 5 feet 1. And this girl was jumping over gates, this and that. I mean, we was trying to get the hell out of there. And she jumping over gates. I lost my shoe. I'm like, Tracy. She like, Carl, come on. I was like, I'm coming. Next thing I know, I hide behind, I ran up to Tracy and everything. We hid behind a car and the girls ran, past us. And I let her have it. I said, don't you never do no shit like that again. I said, you better learn how to keep your mouth shut when you get to drinking. Because I ain't no damn tomboy. Look at my hair. And she said, you mad? I said, do I look like I'm mad? And she was like, all right, Carl. All right, Carl. Oh, she was just, I don't know. But anyway, so right after that, a little bit after that, me and Tracy, we continued to spend a lot of time together because her sister named Darshell took a safety pin and pinched my finger and pecked Tracy's finger and pecked my finger and put our blood together, and she mixed it together as a sign of loyalty and friendship that could never be broken. And I swear it seemed like I even know Tracy to this day. She live around the corner from me. We still talk. Only thing, she still drink and I don't. And that's why we don't, hang out with each other no more, because she's still drinking. But I still love her. You know what I'm saying? I still love her. That's my girl. I still love her. And let me just say this. Before Johnny came to pick me up that day, me and Tracy would go on the bus. At that time, it was something called Super Sunday, and you could ride, the bus all day for 60 cents or whatever. And one day Johnny actually showed up, and he said, "You ready?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm happy," and very excited. We go around his house and stuff, and the first thing I smelled was alcohol in the air. He lived with 13 people. And they was his siblings. No, I'm sorry. The 13 people consisted of his mother, grandmother, his sisters, his brothers, and their children. And I was like, okay. So we walking in the kitchen. He introduced me to his sisters. One was named Debbie. One was named Colleen. And these was very pretty girls. They was light skinned, very pretty girls. I'm dark skinned and just as pretty. They gave me a lot of respect and everything. And the next thing I know, Johnny is in the kitchen fixing him something to eat. And he said, "You hungry?" I was hungry as I don't know what, y'all. But I said, no. Back in them times, you ain't eat around no boy. You ain't eat, no. You what? No, I wasn't anyway. So the next thing I know, he's sitting at the kitchen table eating his food, and I'm just sitting there like, oh God, what's going to happen when he finished eating? So when he finished, now mind you, I'm 13. I'm not even really thinking about doing it. I mean, okay, I ain't gonna lie. I did think that he was probably trying to do the nasty, but I'm hoping that he didn't want to. So when he kidding myself. So then when we get to when he get finished eating, he take me to his bedroom. He got the told me I was pretty and everything, and I thought he was cute too. And he was touching my body back in them times, you know, at age what 13. I was pretty nice. I had big kalukas, I had a big butt, you know what I'm saying, no stomach. I was just a pretty girl. And he started touching all on me and stuff, and I'm liking it, but I'm scared, you know. So he was into it so much that he pulled out his penis, and I remember thinking, oh shit, that thing is huge. I became so scared. I mean, but of course I'm playing it off and everything. I wouldn't dare tell him no, you know. You know, put your wiener back in your pants, because I ain't doing nothing. So I'm like, oh, y'all, I was, when I seen that penis, I just, it seemed like it was this damn long. I know it wasn't, but in my mind, it was probably about like this. You know what I'm saying? And he only 18. And it was pretty too, I might add, but not that damn pretty. So the next thing I know, I told him I was on my period, that I couldn't do nothing, and he was like, "Okay, you know, no problem. We can just watch TV and everything." I went home. The next time I went round there, I told him I wasn't feeling good. He was like, "All right, then, whatever." And you know, we started wrestling and playing. So the third time, I told him, you know, I was sick. He was like, "Either you gonna do this, or I'm breaking up with you." And I'm thinking to myself, you never asked me to be your girlfriend. So I had a decision to make. I knew I wasn't ready. He knew I wasn't ready. But it was all about what he wanted. And the reason why I decided to have sex with him that day was because he was the only one that showed me love. In my mind, that's love. Having sex is love. Something like physical, touchy means love. See, I was just so confused because, mind you, like I said, my mother never taught me anything. So we had sex, and when I tell you, that was the most painful shit I ever went through in my life. And I remember laying there like a statue, and he was saying, "Move your body around." So I moved my body around, and when he came, I was so happy. I didn't like it at all, but yet I felt like a grown woman. I mean, I felt like I wanted to just, you know, do three backhand springs. I was so happy. When we got finished having sex the next day, his ding-a-ling was swollen up like a big hot dog. I mean, that's how swollen it was from breaking me in and stuff. And right after that, I got pregnant. And when I got pregnant and everything, you know, let's just say that he lost interest. When you having sex with somebody, please, before you have sex with somebody, make sure that it's what you want to do and that you're ready, and always play it safe. Um, I guess I'll do another story time again very, very soon, but that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.